Hey, it's Josh, and have I got a story for you? 3 of them, actually. Well, it has been a minute. Cheers, how are ya? I've been doing some traveling off and on when possible, but you know, in this world, it's just, you never know what you're gonna get. But, it does seem like we are just plowing through whatever gets thrown at us now, so I'm looking forward to traveling through the rest of the year and into the next. And as I reflect on all the travels that I've been able to do so far, I thought that it would be fun to take a look at my 3 personal biggest health-related travel mishaps, because things can go wrong when you're traveling, and with me, they often do. And maybe this will be the start of sharing like all the different kinds of things that go wrong behind the scenes when I'm traveling. But for now, let's start with these medical type ones, and I'm gonna go from tamest to most severe, from basically just sucking it up to sketchy medication to hospitalization. That one was a doozy. So for the most tolerable, but still pretty awful from my point of view at the time, well, to catch you up to speed, I get motion sickness. In a car, I have to be driving or sitting in the front passenger seat, or at worst in the middle of the back seat, so I can see out the window. I cannot read a book while a car is moving. I can't look at my phone. My eyes have to be on the road ahead of us, or I'm gonna feel nauseous and it's gonna stick with me for the rest of the day. It's pretty bad. I am no fun at amusement parks. I can't handle most of the rides, and in fact, when I was a kid, my parents convinced me to go on the merry-go-round with the horses that go up and down, and I cried so badly that the operator actually stopped the ride halfway through to let me off. I'm a mess. So having said all of that, I went on my first cruise in 2018 with my now fiance Heath, who says hi, by the way, and it was a Mediterranean cruise, and one night we had really rough waters, and these ships are built with stabilizers, but the water was literally splashing up to our window. It was so stormy outside, and of course I can't just sit at the front seat of the boat. Like, can't see the road ahead of me. So it all started going downhill around dinner time, and I was like, I need to get out of here. So we're walking back to the room, and it's like, whoa, 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 and I'm just turning all shades of green, and we get to the room, and now I'm just stuck in this little room with this little window that we can't see anything out of except for water splashing up against it, and the boat is rocking, and you know, there's like the anxiety of just being stuck on a boat as well. It's not like we're in a hotel room and at worst I can like get to a hospital or something. Like, you just know like you are trapped here. There's nothing you can do except wait it out and hope for the best. So of course I eventually fall asleep. It was a long evening up to that point, but then the next day I calmed down and I felt fine. Except that I had like PTSD because we were only halfway through the trip, and every evening it was like, is it gonna happen again? No, I can't handle it. And just that like terrified anxiety through the rest of the trip of if I was going to have this terrible situation. But I made it through and it was never that bad again. The next story is very timely because it has to do with this time of year and allergies. I love the springtime because I love the blossoming flowers, but I also hate the blossoming flowers. So I was in Europe one year at this time and found out that my allergies are especially bad in Italy, or at least they were on this particular year. My eyes were so itchy and red and swollen, I couldn't stop sneezing, I had a runny nose. Things were terrible when I was trying to sleep, and even worse when I was trying to be awake. So regular like antihistamines and stuff just weren't doing the trick, and I was on a group trip, and we were spending basically like city to city to city each day. You'd have a full itinerary in a city, then travel to another city. So I didn't have time to go to like a walk-in clinic to go find one, wait there for a doctor. So at one point we're walking by a pharmacy, and so I'm like, I'm going in here, I'll meet up with you in a minute. So I speak to a pharmacist, but she doesn't speak any English, I don't speak any Italian. So then I ask her in French, do you possibly speak French? She says a little bit. So now we can both communicate slightly in a secondary language that neither of us are really very good at. And I try to explain to her what's happening to me, and from what I get back from her, she's saying that she does have like a prescription strength medication that she can give me. So we go back and forth, she gives me the medication. Of course, I can't read anything that's written on the medication, so I'm just thinking, well, I hope that she understood what I was saying, and I hope I understood what she was saying, because I'm taking this medication if there's any chance of it making things better. So here we go. And I took the medication, and it did actually make things better. It didn't fully make everything go away. Like, I still had some symptoms, but I was able to function through the rest of the trip. So to that miracle pharmacist, merci beaucoup. Je t'aime. But the third one, oh man, that is the story. So I went to Hawaii with my boyfriend at the time, and we were having a lovely time, and at some point I took a shower in the hotel room, as you do, and during it, suddenly I felt this excruciating pain in my groin, and I sort of just keeled over in pain. It was so intense in my crotch, I grabbed myself and realized that squeezing it actually relieved pain and pressure. So I just sort of held it for a few minutes and caught my breath, and then when I tried to let go, the pain came rushing back. So I squeezed again, and with the other hand, I turned off the water, got out of the shower, called over my boyfriend and explained the situation, and he could not say or do anything to get me to stop applying pressure to the area because it was just such an awful pain, I could not handle it possibly coming back. So after a bit, he was like, well, what do you want to do? And I just said, I think I need to go to the hospital. Like, I can't handle the pain, and I'm not sure I can just do this all night, so I don't know what else to do. So the next question was, how do I get to the hospital? Because I basically have the jaws of life clamped down on my privates, and I am not willing to let go. No way, no how. So my boyfriend helps me get dressed and puts my pants on kind of over my arm, but of course they won't actually close, and then puts my hoodie on me with the other arm in a sleeve, but you know, this arm still inside. So I'm just like not very secretly touching myself like a proper creep. And we walk down to the lobby like this and out into the street to catch a taxi. So we get one and it takes us to the hospital, and when we get there, I'm explaining to the nurse about the situation, about why I simply can't stop grabbing my junk. And my hand needs to remain there until I can see the doctor. And then we wait in the waiting room while I continue to hold myself and apply pressure, still terrified that if I let go, I'm gonna scream and maybe not be able to stop the pain again. Like, what if I just magically found the right spot to apply the right pressure? And if there's a chance that I won't be able to do that again and I'll be stuck with that pain, forget it. So finally, after like an hour of sitting there, I get to see a doctor, and of course he convinces me that I have to let go. So I hesitantly do, and nothing. I don't feel a thing. It just feels normal. And I'm like, but like I've literally been squeezing for like a couple hours because I was so sure that if I didn't, I'd be in excruciating pain. And for who knows how long, that actually wasn't the case at all. So he does some expecting and checking and comes to the determination that everything is fine. Maybe like I passed a little stone at some point, but it's hard to say now. So, you know, just be sure to pay the hospital bill on your way out. And those are 3 of my most memorable medical type issues I've had while traveling, but I'm sure they won't be the last, which leads to this video's sponsor, Jace Medical. There are, of course, all kinds of things that can happen while traveling, from issues with the drinking water and food prep to accidents and parasites, which is why I'm going to be bringing this pack with me on my trips moving forward. There are 5 prescription antibiotics in here, which can treat many different illnesses that are encountered by travelers, from urinary tract infections to infectious diarrhea, to infected wounds, to pneumonia, and more. This pack of antibiotics can really be a lifesaver and give you peace of mind. Medical care can be difficult to locate, and finding the right medicine to treat symptoms can be even harder. But with these prescription medications, travel between countries becomes much easier, and it includes a booklet to cover a lot of the health conditions so that it can guide you on what to take. It's all completely legal. It was founded by a board-certified doctor, and it's board-certified doctors who prescribe the antibiotics. The kit comes with 5 of them, the case, and the antibiotic guide booklet, and if you live in the US or Canada, you can get one of these. I'll put a link in the description below, and once you sign up, you get a phone consultation, and then the antibiotics are prescribed and sent directly to you. And then you've just got them on hand and readily available, which is great because even beyond traveling, it's pretty much just a matter of when, not if, you're gonna need antibiotics at some point. So thank you, Jace Medical, for sponsoring this video, and check out their website in the description below. That's where the link is. All right, it's your turn. What is the worst medical-related issue you've had while traveling? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll probably be back with another travel-related video very soon, but in the meantime, make sure you're following me on Instagram since I have been quite a bit more active on there lately. Bye!